So we got some NBA 2K news to report for the next gen.
They just released the next gen trailer. Looks pretty outstanding, honestly.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people saying that, oh, it doesn't look like that big of a jump, and I see why people would say that.
I don't.
You looks see amazing. The side by side of the players, like particularly Curry. Like it's night and day. It looks incredible, and I'll tell you the thing that I've been saying for a while, and I've seen in a lot of these games, like maybe you're not going to get the same kind of graphical leap from these consoles to the new ones as you've seen in the past.
Right.
But where you're really going to see a huge difference is in the density of the worlds. And if you watch that trailer, they have Luka Doncic coming through the tunnel. And he's coming out to the court. And you see a whole bunch of fans there, very detailed fans. You see Mark Cuban, he's dapping up Mark Cuban on his way out to the court. You get out on the court, there's a whole lot of, there's a lot of media. There's, everybody, all the players are warming up. There's cheerleaders. There's just a lot more going on. It looks a lot more alive.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the where you're going to see the biggest difference in these next gen consoles is the games are going to look more like living worlds, not to trademarked by EA, but never implemented. But right. Yeah, I think that's really going to be the main difference that you see. They were really selling the crowd interactions in the lower bowl for NBA 2K. They said they got a bunch of, I forget exactly how many they said, but a bunch of different AI routines for fans. It was like over 100 like unique AIs just for fans that you would see in the lower bowl of the stadium while you're playing. They got the facial animations going on. They're working on foot planning and everything. So it just looks a lot more lifelike.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great. So the people that complain about it, excuse me, hold on. Okay, look, there's going to be people that are going to complain no matter what, right? So, yeah, they're going to people say, "Oh, there's no big leap from the last game to the next gen." I mean, I'm not sure what trailer they looked at. I mean, even in that trailer, I could see a clear difference, but no, they put a lot. You could tell they put a lot into this game. Now, the last game, the game they put out for the current gen, they didn't put so much effort into it. But this one, you can tell that they put some work into it. And they put out a blog today, just describing some of the things that they've done for this. They're going to put out, 2 more blogs?
A couple more, I think, over the next couple weeks. Detailing my league, my GM, WNBA stuff, the new online environment, which they said is formerly known as the neighborhood. So I guess an overhaul is coming to that.
Yeah.
As far as the stuff they put out today, it was all about shooting, passing, dribbling. This year on the current gen, they added shot aiming. So you pull it back on the shot stick, and then you got to go left or right to find the target spot to make your shot. Now, had a lot of people looking foolish, shooting a lot of air balls, and now they've added on to that. Also, you can control your shot arc. And so that's going to deal with how fast you pull back the shot stick.
Yeah.
They updated the way some of the mechanics of passing and dribbling. They added in new size ups, step backs, things like that. That's stuff they do every year. But specifically with the shooting, there's something that they keep saying, they keep mentioning, which is the skill gap. They're trying to widen the skill gap.
Yeah.
And I look at that, we're the old man gamers, right? I look at that, I'm like, I don't want the skill gap widened. I want a simulation basketball game, right? And that's the kind of thing that worries me about this stuff is it's really geared towards esports and online players as opposed to franchise players.
I don't mind it so much because I want. Listen, I still want to play on pro, and I want to be able to score 50 points a game. Okay, I want every one of my shots to go in. But something like this, I play it enough to where I can develop my own arc. I can develop my own shot. I can find my sweet spots. Like that's kind of what I like about the game, and I think it's something that will benefit both players like me that don't really like to go online and play other people, or real competitive uh gamers, because it reminds me of when the shot stick was first introduced, right? I
Mhm.
wanted to hit square to shoot the ball. I thought, like, that's crazy. I don't want to shoot. I want to use a shot stick to shoot and to dribble, do crossups and all that stuff. No, like I'll do my spin and hit the X or whatever button to cross somebody up. But no, I don't want to mess with the stick. But now I can't see myself shooting without the stick. I can't use square to shoot the ball. That's crazy, right? I think the same thing is going to happen with what they're doing now.
My problem with it is that it's getting too complicated to where, like, if you go online and you're just you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, right?
Yeah,
You go online, you want to play with the Nets. You're using KD and Kyrie, maybe Bradley Beal. We'll see. But you get used to using those players. You know their hot spots on the court. You know their shot timing. You know their animations and everything, and that's
yeah,
cool. I don't use one team. I play my league, and to be honest, when I first start, I sim a lot of games so I get my team to where I want. So I'm always using different players,
yeah,
which means I'm always using players that I'm not familiar with, and it just makes it less fun when I'm like, why is this guy missing open threes over and over and over? And then I go and I look, oh, I'm like, oh, I'm shooting from his cold spot that I didn't know was there.
yeah.
You know?
But you can play the old way, right? Like they do have
Mhm.
the option to use the previous versions of the shot stick.
Right. Which is, and it's like I said, it's not something that affects me that much, just because I always end up just playing with real player percentage anyway, because
Right.
I want the simulation experience.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking more of a general mindset of when you're developing things that are geared towards online players and esports players. It even if the option is there to do it another way, it just takes away from you developing things that you know I want necessarily.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
nothing that sounds bad, but I mean, like, because there's nothing wrong with people who play online or esports or anything. But I'm just saying, you have a certain number of resources,
Yeah.
and everybody wants those resources spent a different way, right? The online players couldn't care less about my league additions,
Yeah.
right? But so they have to decide how to divide up their resources. And like I said, for me, it seems like they're really going more towards those online players, the modes with the microtransactions and things, where I really want to see them dive back in and put a lot of effort into my league and my GM, which they haven't done in a few years.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping when they release more of these blogs, they talk about that and they, like you said, give us what we want.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm
yeah,
still giving them benefit of the doubt because I mean, I know that they said they've been working on this particular version for the last few years
yeah,
alongside developing the current gen. That's probably why there haven't been as many updates. So yeah, I'm holding out until they release those blogs on the single player modes to see what they've actually added.
yeah, no, absolutely. But so far, we got all this from the trailer that they put out, and we're excited. I know a lot of people are excited, and look, there's a lot of detractors for NBA 2K for whatever reasons, some good reasons, some bad reasons. But I'm really impressed with the work they've done on this game so far. From what we see, and I'm excited to see how the game looks when it comes out.
Mhm.